through the course, you'll find that the first readings from the Plato book, which is actually Socrates' theory, which we'll get into in next lecture, they will be the first one, and Aristotle will be next. We'll break for a midterm in the middle there and give me a little bit of time to grade it. You'll get your grades and your comments on your midterms via Moodle as well. And then we will move on to section 2, which takes into account the theories of Kant and Mill, at which point we'll break for a second midterm, which will only cover Kant and Mill. That's to say, these midterms and the final exam, this will not be cumulative. Right? So once we cover Plato and Aristotle, for the moment, we're done with Plato and Aristotle. Once we address Kant and Mill, we will be done Kant and Mill. And once we do Nietzsche and Sartre, we will be done with Nietzsche and Sartre and the course, actually. So that's how the course will be laid out. In addition to these 3 exams, what you will be doing is participating in a fairly regular discussion forum. In these discussion forums, you will be discussing this course material based on topics that I suggest for you with your fellow students in this class. One of the biggest problems with these online classes is, well, communication between you and I, fairly easy. Communication in a larger sense, which you would get from an on-campus class, fairly difficult. So these discussion forums allow you the opportunity to sort of brainstorm and work at this material with your fellow students, which is, well, it's good for educational purposes. So, if anybody is afraid of the fact that I have issued 7 books for this course, which is a good number of books, I should say 2 things. One, we're getting all the way through none of these books. There are a bunch of books to the Nicomachean Ethics. We'll be just taking a look at the first 3. There are 5 dialogues, as the name would suggest in Plato's 5 dialogues. We'll be taking a look at 2 of those. In Kant, we'll be looking at less than half of the Nicomachean Ethics. In Mill, we'll be looking at the first 3 sections of On Liberty and just the introduction of utilitarianism. In the Nietzsche, I've selected the preface and the first section, and in the Sartre, we'll be sort of spot-checking throughout. I try to keep your readings between 40 and 60 pages for each section. So it should be a very doable reading schedule for you. That said, the second thing I wanted to mention is that it's not the quantity with philosophy of the reading that hurts. It's the critical activity of actually getting through and reading it. I like to say, here's my hairline. Right? You know where this hairline comes from? What is this guy trying to say to me? What does this mean? How is he making that claim in this argument? This is difficult material, is what I'm saying, and we should have no illusions about that from the start. So, as you can see from the syllabus, each of your exams will be graded out of 30 points. Those 30 points corresponding to percentage points in the course. So each exam is going to be worth 30% of your final grade. And the discussion board participation, that counts for the remaining 10%. The next thing we'll move to is exactly what I'm looking for from you for these discussion board topics. Well, each figure we study in this course will be accompanied by a discussion board topic posted to Moodle. You're expected to enter into debates, offer criticisms, and generally discuss the nuances of the theoretical positions of each of these figures via this Moodle forum. At the end of the semester, a grade out of 10 points will be assigned based on the frequency, relevance, and quality of your participation. For example, posts like "I agree" or "this is stupid" without additional comments will be insufficient to garner a decent grade. However, if you're getting into a good theoretical debate with your fellow students about this material, and I should also say that there are no wrong answers in these, you're not even being asked to be correct on these forums. These are workshops, basically. But if you get into a good theoretical debate with your classmates in these forums, you'll be fine. These examinations, the three of them, will be actually 6 questions each. The first 4 questions will be questions about the specific theorists. So, for example, the first one will be 2 questions about Socrates and 2 questions about Aristotle. And then once you have those 4 questions answered, you will be asked to enter into sort of a critical comparison of these 2 theorists. So the final 2 questions will be comparing Socrates and Aristotle with one another for the first midterm and likewise for the remaining midterms. And again, they're not cumulative. The one thing I like to do from time to time is ask a course overview question on the final exam. This would be something like a longer answer question. I'll be clear about this by the time we hit the exam. So that will be how you'll be assessed. Now, in terms of instructional technology to be used for this course, I will be using a number of things, and like I say, Moodle's your best friend. You'll find everything through Moodle. Links to audio lectures using Illuminate will be regularly posted to Moodle. Links to video lectures, like the one you're actually looking at right now, hopefully if I get it posted and figure out the technology, will be posted to Moodle as well. You should just be able to click on these links. I'm planning to post them to Mega Video, which allows you to, for free, watch 72 minutes. So I will try to keep my lectures under 72 minutes long. That gives us a little better than an hour to, an hour and 12 minutes to get through the material at hand. And if I've got to post these in parts, if I need 2 for Aristotle, for example, I'll post 2 for Aristotle, and that'll be no problem. And like I say, you can watch it for free through this host website. It's no different than YouTube, but YouTube keeps you to 10 minutes, and I don't want to break these up to 10-minute segments. So, anyhow, that's the video lectures. Links to other video resources, like there are a few BBC presentations, and a couple of series, like the first one I believe is going to be Philosophy Guide to Happiness, in which he has a very interesting Socrates sort of expose, which you'll find it sort of cheesy, and the guy's a little bit too eager in his contemporary use of video, but nonetheless amusing and helpful to the course. So I'll be supplementing this course with videos of people other than me. Let me see. Notes and handouts will be regularly posted to Moodle. For an online course, I find it necessary to share with you my notes on the material, so you'll have those via Moodle as well. Course assignments will be submitted through Moodle and posted to Moodle. I'll give you a notification email before we get to these course assignments as well. And a link, well actually this semester it will be a series of links to my online office hours via Illuminate will be posted to Moodle. And how those will work is I will post a link when I show up to my office hours. After I'm done this video and get it up and posted today, what I'll do is post the first link to my office hours, which will be tomorrow it will be Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 till 2:30. So, now a note that I want to make, well, there are a few notes just for policies and procedures for this course that I would like to make. Firstly, what we're looking at is Oakland University requires that all correspondence for this course or official correspondence between myself and students should go through Oakland University's email account. Alright, so that's where I will be emailing you, and if I receive from like sort of a Gmail or a Hotmail or what have you email account, sadly I won't be able to respond to them because it would be a violation of my contract. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. So if you need to get in touch with me via email, please use your Oakland